Happy Thursday, everybody. This is Pam with Perfectly Holistic. It is time for Energy Testing Live, and I am so excited to be back with you guys again tonight. So, I'll give you a couple of minutes to start hopping on. Let me know if you're here and let me know where you're from. I just want to make sure I recognize people and just say hi. So, how was your week? It's almost Friday, which is exciting. I always love Fridays. Uh, so anyway, let me know if you are watching, and I'll give it a couple minutes before we start diving into our first kitty cat. So as a reminder, muscle testing or energy testing is all based on energy, and everything is comprised of energy. Everything in the universe is energetic, and therefore it's all connected by energy. And as energetic beings, we are also affected by energy. So, one thing to keep in mind is when I do muscle testing, I'm tapping into the energy of the cat or the person, whoever I'm testing and working on. And because we're all surrounded by this energetic field or like this aura, if you will, this network of electric energy, we can tap into that via the nervous system, which is the conductor of energy in the body. And I can actually ask the body questions and tap into the subconscious of that individual or cat or dog and just ask questions, find out what's resonating as a stressor. Where is there imbalance? This is the kind of thing that I go through when I do an optimal cat health analysis for clients to kind of figure out what's going on. Can we find the root cause of something? Where's their imbalance? Where's their stress? And identify those stressors and get you some answers and some steps to take to help, rebalance or figure out what's causing stress, remove the stressors so that the body can kind of come back together and heal or start a healing process. So that is kind of an overview briefly of what muscle testing is, but you can do it remotely, you can do it in person, and the answers are the same because there's no barrier to time. Energy doesn't have a barrier or a limit. It's not limited by time and space. It's continual. So therefore, I can tap into someone in person or even through a photo or a video, something that resonates with their energy, and I can get the same information. So it's very, very cool. And that's why it's so effective, even remotely. So let me say hi to some people here. So hi, Kylie. Good to see you here. And hey, Laura Lee. I can't wait to hear an update on your sweet boy, which we will probably do later. So hopefully he is stable and doing well. Okay, so we are going to tap in. I've got 3 kitties tonight, so we won't be here all night long, and I'm going to be attempting to share my screen tonight so you can kind of get an idea of the kitty that I'm working on and watch how I test energy. So my favorite little tool is to use a pendulum. It's an extension of me. And when you're using a pendulum, you can either ask questions or make statements, and you're finding true and false answers. So something will be true, something will be false, it'll be yes or no. So to give you an idea, so my yeses, let me see if I can get this in the screen here. So my yeses always go clockwise for me, so it's going to look counterclockwise for you most likely. So when I ask a question that's a positive, my positives go the clockwise for me, and my negatives go the other direction. And notice I didn't touch anything and I didn't stop the pendulum. So it's just a matter of reading the energy. So again, my positive or my yes is a clockwise, and my negative or my no is a counterclockwise. So that's how I get my answers when I go through my protocols. So, okay, good. Thanks, Laura Lee. Still don't know what's going on. Okay, well, then there's always something to explore, All right. So I am going to share my screen. I tried to actually practice this today, you guys, so bear with me. Um, I do not have two monitors, so we are just going to share, and I am going to slide it over here to this cute little kitty named Spook. I hope you guys can see that. I cannot see both screens at the same time, so I'm hoping you guys can see this. Okay, so let me tell you about Spook. So Renee sent in a question, and I hope she is here in case I have questions tonight. So Spook is now a 12-year-old rescue from a shelter. It looks like he was 7 when they got him, and she, let's say, supposedly found as a stray. He was fat, half bald from flea infestation, and remaining hair dry like straw, and his front paws declawed. Whoever declawed him did a terrible job. He has a funny physicality and walks like a front bow-legged bulldog. Oh, baby. And I don't know if that's from years of being very obese, his declawed paws, or just a congenital thing. My guess is that it's from being declawed, because it can change their gait because of the way it hurt to walk. He has a senior housemate who I suspect frustrates him because he stopped playing with him as much as he likes to wake him up from a sound sleep when he snores. Okay, first of all, it's not uncommon for cat siblings, housemates, to be stressors for each other from time to time. If you were not an only child and you grew up with a sibling, you'll understand what that means, because you can still love each other, but you can still get on each other's nerves. So it's obviously a possibility. So Spook has been on half raw food and wet food since adoption, with kibble only as a treat. He has a lot of food separation anxiety and will throw up if he is not fed on schedule, which is 3 times a day. At his age, he should be sleeping at lunchtime, but no, he will cry and tantrum if his demands for food are not met. He will chew plants and throw up. I provide him with cat grass, a bromelaid to keep him away from other house plants. He loves to steal food from his housemate's dish, so I had to buy a special covered bowl to keep him out. At our bedtime, he will jump up on the bed purring like a freight train and want to lick the bed sheets, our clothing, anything that smells like a human. He will suckle relentlessly, purring extremely loud. He purrs during petting, but not like this. Only at bedtime or first thing in the morning. It is so disruptive and annoying. Appreciate those purrs while you can, because one day you won't have them anymore. So enjoy those purrs. He does not understand the word no. No wonder he was abandoned. He's very needy. He has been given every possible food, flour, hormonal supplement to curb his pica appetite, to no avail. Currently, he is about 12 pounds. He is a very sweet, beautiful boy. We give him lots of rub downs, try to calm him, be patient with him, and give him good energy. I have called upon the angels and saints for him. I love that. But his neediness remains a mystery. He is lucky to be in a very loving home. Yes, he is. So a couple things stand out. So first of all, I am going to ask what's his food separation anxiety. Let's just ask if there is an underlying health condition. I'm getting a no. If there are emotional blocks, I'm getting a yes. So definitely some emotions. And since he was supposedly found as a stray, there's a possibility that he was abandoned. It's possible that he didn't know where his next meal came from, so that's why he can be very demanding and always hungry. So let's ask a couple other things. He will throw up his food if he's not fed on schedule. Some of that, okay, let's find out. So the throwing up your food if you're not fed on time is this buildup of stomach acid? Yes. So what happens is he's used to his schedule. And I learned this from Dr. Karen Becker. So cats who do this, their bodies are on a clock. You know how our cats know what time it is, even on weekends, and we don't have to get up. They still think it's time to get up at 5 or 6 in the morning. And so they're on this routine. I call them my little alarm clocks. And so their body clock knows when they're getting ready to eat. And so their stomach starts to produce this stomach acid in anticipation for their meals. And it can become so much that it creates nausea, which results in vomiting. And so basically the stomach acid is too much. They throw it up and then they're, happy go lucky. They feel better, obviously. So what Dr. Becker suggested was to start moving their meal times up about 15 minutes earlier. So you're trying to beat that point where he thinks he's ready to eat and he's got all the stomach acid ready to go to digest his food. So try to vary his schedule. Don't put him on a rigid schedule like that. So try to move it up an hour, move it up 15 minutes, 30 minutes. Try to vary your time a little bit so we can get him less anticipatory of that schedule. And then you may also just want to throw in some extra treats. If you're not ready to feed him yet, give him a few treats and get something in his belly so he doesn't throw it up again. I'm wondering, let's find out. You mentioned pica. He likes to lick the bed sheets. You didn't say if he eats stuff that's not food-wise. I mean, cats do eat grass. That's normal. He chews plants and throws up. And I'm wondering if he's trying to, if there's a nutritional deficiency. So let's ask his body a question. So the eating plants and throwing up, pica symptoms, is this related to a nutritional deficiency? I'm getting a no. Is there hormonal imbalance? No. Are there hormones that resonate? And is leptin? Okay. Leptin hormone is the hormone that communicates from the stomach to the brain that I'm full. I don't need to eat anymore. Energetically, when it's off, cats can act hungry all the time. And I see this happen sometime with emotional blocks. So that's what I'm thinking is driving that, just the energetics of the leptin hormone being off, coupled with the emotional imbalance and blocks. Let's see what else. Are there specific food sensitivities? I'm getting a yes on food sensitivities. So that might be something else that we could explore for him. The demanding and the tantrums for food resonate with that emotional block and the leptin hormone being off energetically. Let's see what else he has. He loves to sell food. So yeah, food is a major. Food in general seems to be a stressor just because maybe there's an emotional attachment there. So let me see if there was anything else I wanted to check on him. Let me come over here and look at your comments and see if she's throwing anything in the comments here. Okay. Hi, Tony. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Liza. Let's see. And there's Renee. How are you? And who else is on here? Laura Lee. Okay, perfect. Okay, I'm going to pop back over here. So let me just look through here one more time and just see if there's anything else that just really pops out at me. Let me test his body. Do vaccines resonate? No. Do parasites resonate? No. Okay, that's good. Environmental toxins? No. Food stress? Yes. Emotional blocks, yes. Traumatic, is there like an event in his past? I'm getting a yes on that. So it's probably the abandonment issue, um, being found as a stray. That's what I'm betting. Let me ask. Primary cause of your behavior. Is this an emotional imprint? I'm getting yes. So I would recommend doing some work with me to clear some of these emotional blocks from his past and rebalance his body, digestive system, leptin hormone, clear some stressors so that he can calm down, and then work to get him off a schedule so his stomach doesn't keep producing all this stomach acid and throwing up. Um, so yeah, I think, sometimes just like people, cats run to food to comfort them. So there might be something tied to that. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Um, so anywho, is he in pain from his declaw? Um, that's a good question. Let's ask, do your paws resonate with pain? I'm getting a no. Um, their emotional trauma from being declawed. I'm getting a yes on that. So emotional, yes. Physical pain or discomfort from decline, no, I'm not getting that. So that's good. Um, Liza says Snowball was taken from his mother when he was very young, so I wonder if he has all these issues now because of that. But his suspected IBD, he just vomits and no diarrhea. Yeah, Liza, it's possible. It's certainly possible that it could be, a leptin energetically is out of balance. It could be emotional blocks, things like that. Um, okay, so Laura Lee says Emmett likes to lick the food bags. A lot of times chewing on plastic, what I have found in my clients oftentimes is that cats who resonate with plastic as a stressor. It could be plastic as a stressor. It could be BPA as a stressor. It could be plastic as a stressor. It's just there's something energetically off on that. And so they will tend to go seek those products out. If it's some plastic bags are made of tallow, and tallow is a fat. And so that's why some cats like the taste of the bags, because it tastes like fat. So yeah, it's definitely a possibility. Now, clearing those as stressors, sometimes that works. We can definitely explore looking at that. Let's see. So Renee says, I gave Spook a whisker-friendly dish and it seems to help. Okay, good. You can even try those mats. Those they're called licky mats, and they make them for cats and dogs, but that's also something that you can try. It slows down their eating, and there's no rims, so there's nothing to bother their whiskers. I never knew that whisker stress was a thing. I thought it was kind of silly, but I've learned a little bit since then. So yeah, it's definitely some cats just don't want anything touching their whiskers as they eat. My cats tend to eat everything in the middle of the bowl. So I have to go back when they're done and go scrape all the food around the edges and put it in the middle, and then they go eat it again. So I am looking for licky mats this year at Super Zoo. I'm going to bring some home for my kids. Okay, so let me go over here, and I am going to go back to the emails. And okay, Renee, you're doing amazing. So I think we just need to drill down on some of the emotional stuff, and based on the history that you put here, I'm betting there's abandonment issues, and that's a lot of times why cats have a separation anxiety, even food separation anxiety. They're just not. They were so traumatized by not knowing when they would get their next meal. That could have a lot to do with it. So I would definitely look at that. Okay. But I'm so glad he's found you and you have a great home for him, because, that loving environment is so healing. And so he's definitely in the right place. Okay. So I am going to come over here to Karen. And let me go check one other thing, you guys. Liza says, what about raised bowls? If they have like esophagus issues, if they have acid reflux, raised bowls are awesome, because the cat's body is more horizontal to begin with. And so if their head dips down, just that angle, sometimes cats who have that acid reflux, it is more prevalent to be throwing up. So that's definitely helpful for those situations. My goal would be to figure out what's causing the acid reflux, address it, so that that behavior or that physical symptom stops. A lot of times it can be too much acid, but sometimes it's just food stressors and food sensitivities. And sometimes there's actually, like, the body has a block to the pyloric valve and acid, hydrochloric acid. So the body views those things as stressors, and therefore they just don't work the way it should. I know it's weird, but that's has been my experience personally and with clients. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so I'm going to go over here to Haley. And Haley, look at this cutie pie. She's a beautiful little calico girl. She's about 15. She has kidney disease for a couple years. I think she has arthritis, high blood pressure. She doesn't like the medicine I rub in her ear. She is about 15. First of all, I would ask what kind of diet she's on, because there's so many ways you can support a cat with kidney disease just through diet and supplementation, depending on how advanced the disease is. So many times vets will put the fear into owners because they label things as, oh, it's level 1, level 2 kidney disease, when the numbers are just barely above normal. And then they talk people into kidney diets and all this kind of stuff that really isn't necessary. So there are so many things that we can do, even if it's diagnosed early. I'm reading your comments. Okay, so let's see. First of all, since she's has kidney disease, I'm gonna check and see, is dehydration an issue? I'm getting a no. Okay, that's good. I'm gonna go up here. I'm trying to cover all the questions. Kidney disease. So let's talk about kidney disease. Would using supplements benefit her kidneys? Kidney support supplements. Okay, that's coming out as beneficial for her. Ion gut support for pets. That's very, very good. So consider adding that to her meals. The ion gut support for pets is something that Dr. Zach Bush created. It's a humic fulvic acid product that helps restore integrity to the intestinal walls as well as kidney cells. So it's great for any pet who has kidney issues. It just really preserves the health of those kidney cells, which is what we want. Is a phosphorus binder necessary at this time? No. Would kidney herbal support be beneficial for her? Yes. So we could definitely look at some kidney support supplements. Omega-3 is beneficial. Yes. Rhubarb root, beneficial. Yes. Is it necessary? No. Okay, so she's not severe. I would just really focus on wet diet, lots of moisture, and then provide some kidney supplements. And then she made a comment that she has high blood pressure. Is the high blood pressure related to kidney? Yes. Okay. So she might need some heart supplement as well. Would heart support be beneficial? Is it necessary? I'm getting a yes. So let's find some ways to support her heart cardiovascularly to help reduce some of the load on the kidneys. There's great supplements out there. And again, you can even feed stuff like freeze-dried heart because heart feeds heart. So if there's an organ that's stressed or imbalanced or deficient, you can feed the actual organ, that organ to support the weakened organs. So that's always an option as well. I love using medicine or food as medicine whenever possible. Okay, she thinks she has arthritis. Well, let's start with this. Do joints resonate? No. Does joint inflammation resonate? No. Do emotional blocks resonate? Yes. So emotional blocks resonate. And I'll tell you, if you've been watching me for a little bit of time, we store emotions in connective tissue, in organs, in glands. So sometimes it might look or feel like there's inflammation in those joints or hips or spine or knees or whatever. Sometimes it's just stuck energy and it could be emotional blocks. So that would be something to consider. If we did a cat health analysis, we could root out those specific emotional blocks and figure out what she would need for support. Arthritis itself, arthritis resonate with this girl. It really doesn't. It doesn't come up. I don't get joints. I don't get inflammation in joints. So it may not be that. It may be other stuck energy. She doesn't like the medicine I rub in her ear. I'm guessing that's a high blood pressure medicine since it's right in the same sentence. Let me come over here. Thank you, Renee. Yeah, I have, I carry the Ion Gut Support for Pets at shop.purrrfectlyholistic.com. If you guys are interested in checking out any of those supplements in there, that'd be awesome. Okay, so what product do you recommend for kidney disease? Herbs. Liza, there are several things. Things like vitamin C is great because it's an antioxidant. It does support the urinary system. There's a couple products. Mercola has a kidney and liver support. So sometimes we want to be doing liver support and kidney support together because they're both detox organs. So they're both working to filter the blood, remove the waste and the toxins from the body. So supporting those, they're kind of sister organs in some regard. So Mercola has one called kidney and liver, or liver and kidney support. That's good. And it's a powder. Pet Wellbeing has kidney support gold. That can be a really, really good one. I've used that before for my cats. And NHV Naturals has one called Tripsy. And that's what I'm thinking off the top of my head. But even adding antioxidants like omega-3s are hugely important for cats with kidney issues. So an omega-3, whether that's sardines, several times a week, or like an actual marine oil, a fish type oil, are best for omega-3 support. And let's see here. So let me go back. Just make sure I've got everything for Miss Haley. So Karen, if you're watching, I think I covered all the stuff that you put in here regarding her. So if you want to go on a deeper dive, definitely reach out. Okay. So let's go back to a question here. So Tony says, my cat Colt, who is a feral cat, used to have lots of problems with stomach acid. I started feeding smaller but more frequent meals. He would wolf down his food too fast, and I tried really spreading it out, and that slowed him down. Yes, that's also great. Sometimes doing more frequent meals, smaller meals are definitely a great option for those cats who eat too fast and throw up their food. Okay, let's see here. Make sure I didn't miss anything. Kylie says, I swapped I swapped to the Mind Pet Platter for all my cats. Made a big difference. Yeah. So yeah, I want to find one. I'm going to look for that at Super Zoo in August when I go. I know they were there last year, so I'm definitely going to see if I can pick some up this year. Okay, let's go back to my third one. And this is beautiful Sophia. Isn't she cute? Okay, and I need to go find what her comment was. Okay. She says, my miniature black panther companion, she hasn't been eating like usual, and it worries me. She's about 17. She only eats wet food. Okay, so she's not eating as well. So let's find out, is there an underlying health condition? I'm getting a yes. Which organ is it related to? Is it kidney? Is it kidney? Okay, so kidney is definitely resonating. So I would if you haven't had a kidney, some blood work, urinalysis done for a while, that may be a good idea just to kind of see where you are, where she might need some support. So let's also check, does bladder resonate? Do kidneys resonate? Kidneys resonate. Okay, let's see, is liver resonate? So kidneys and liver. So those organs could benefit from some support. So ion gut support, yes. With milk thistle would be great too, because that supports the liver. Kidney support products, yes. Omega-3s. Okay, and let's find out, are there food stressors? No. Are there emotional blocks? Yes. So there is definitely some emotional aspect going on. As pain on any level, not getting pain. So that's good. She just probably doesn't feel as great. And when they don't feel great, they don't have a great appetite. Let's see. Are there environmental stressors? No. So detox necessary. Detox would really help just overall organ function, especially liver and kidney. Okay. Yes, Renee, all of these lives are recorded, and so it will go right here if you're watching on Facebook, it will be on the Purrrfectly Holistic Facebook page recorded, and it's also recorded on the Purrrfectly Holistic YouTube channel. So you can go back and watch as much as you want to, or share it, if you want to share it with someone you think it would benefit from, absolutely. Let's see here. So I'm just trying to think if there's anything else I want to ask for her. Are there food sensitivities? No. Okay. Environmental chemicals? No. Viruses? No. Environmental sensitivities? No. Environmental stressors? Yes. Are these people? Are they pets? No. Okay. I would have to do a little bit more of a deeper dive to kind of figure out and get more background probably. But just in general, stomach resonates, no. Intestinal system, no. Urinary system, okay. Lymphatic system is a positive. So I would focus just on urinary system, lymphatics. There's probably there's definitely some stagnation and sluggishness going on. Just adding that organ support would be huge, and clearing any emotional blocks that she might have would be where I would start looking. Okay. All right. So I have covered the 3 that I have. Does anybody have any other questions or comments on anything that I talked about or went over, or just on anything else? Drop them in the chat. If anybody here has some favorite kidney support products or liver support products, definitely share, because it's always helpful to know, to get ideas from other people as well. Oh, Laura Lee. Okay, so you sent an email with Emmett. All right. Now, Emmett can be complicated, but we'll go see what I can find. He's a very sensitive boy. All right, let's see what we got here. There's my baby, Emmett. Okay, so Emmett. Look at that sweet panther. Okay. His blood work was sent off to see if he has FIP, FIV, and all those other things. They gave him a prescription of Clavamox, which is fine. He's eaten a whole can of wet food, which is good, which is the most I've seen him eat in a while. He has also been out and about more today than he has been. What herbs or homeopathic remedies could I use with him? One of the things that I learned from Dr. Anna, who is the naturopath, who's done the homeopathy lives with me. If you're using a prescription medication, it will kind of cancel out the homeopathy. So you have to do one or the other to get the best results. So in that case, I'm going to come back over here, show you guys Emmett. Sorry, I didn't have it shared. Look at that face. That's a sweet face. So if he's on the Clavamox, that's going to address, hopefully take care of completely the infection they think he has. His white blood cells are really elevated today, extremely elevated. Okay, so does virus resonate with him? I'm getting a yes, it does resonate with him. Is feline immuno, what is it? Feline infectious peritonitis, does FIP resonate? No. Does FIV? FIV is coming up. Feline immunovirus, does that help me, y'all? Feline immunovirus. Oh, you know what? Okay, I'm looking at Kylie's. Kylie, I thought I saw your email and I was trying to find it. I thought I had 4 kitties. So yes, can you drop that in the email again? Because I was digging through all of my stuff and I didn't see it this afternoon. So if you could resend it, that would be great. And I'll be happy to do that for you. I don't know where it went, honestly. In my inbox overfloweth, y'all. It's crazy. Okay, so Laura Lee, if you have any Vira X beneficial, yes, Vira X. I would definitely start pulling that out twice a day. Are there food stressors for him? I'm getting yes, but whatever he's eating today, great. So you may want to stick with that protein. Herbal, I mean, I would, since virus does resonate, I would get him on the antiviral, the Vira X, and let's get the lymphocytes under control. Let's get his immune system balanced. Are there emotional blocks at this time? I'm getting a no on emotional. So is body systems resonate? Yes. So is immune system? Yes. Is intestinal system? Yes. Is lymphatic. So lymph is stagnant. Liver support necessary. Yes. I would get him on some milk thistle. Well, let's check. Milk thistle beneficial. Yes. Okay. Glutathione and acetylcysteine is necessary. And acetylcysteine beneficial. Glutathione necessary. Now milk thistle. Milk thistle is the best. So get him on some milk thistle. some Vira X, omega-3s. We just need to get his immune system back into balance. There's also a really good product, a new brand that came out called Vengeance. And so go look up vengenz.com. That's your homework. And just go look at some of their products for cats. I know they have an immune support. They have a Rampart Canine, which is great. It's colostrum based. Excellent stuff. It's micronized. It's like nano level, so it's absorbed really well. So that might be something you guys can go explore and learn more about. It's a great product. So Liza is the Vira X is the name of the product. Yes, it is Feline Essential. I do carry that. You can also get it from the Two Crazy Cat Ladies. It's all the same source, so it's all good. And okay, so yeah, starting with that. And okay, Fancy Feast Turkey Wet. Whatever he'll eat right now is what we need him to be doing. So definitely put him on that. I'm reading the rest of your emails. So Renee says, I put my boys on a wet diet years ago, half raw, half grain-free premium, kibble only as occasional treat. They are 18, 13, no kidney disease. We only started having trouble with allergies and vomiting when I stopped the raw. I'm so glad they're doing so much better. Okay, so Laura Lee says, should I continue with CBD? Let's see, find out, is CBD beneficial for him? Yes. Is it necessary? Yes. So I definitely continue that because that is testing very, very well for him. Okay. I'm reading through your comments one more time. Okay. So to recap, no emotional stuff. Food stress, yes, we'd have to do some digging. Boost his immune system, get him on that antiviral. We just need to get him back into balance, So that's where I would start and give his body some time, And color, you could also use some color. Pink is a great color to use whenever cats are sick. So it has some healing properties in terms of vibrational energy. So try the color pink with him. That's just always a great standby. His daily supplements are OxyCat, Catalyst, B12, CBD, and now Vira X. So for Emmett, OxyCat, beneficial and necessary. Yeah, keep him on the Oxy. Definitely keep him on the Catalyst because it's such a great gut support. B12 beneficial for Emmett. Well, let's check. B12 beneficial for him? No, it's not. That's not testing well for him for some reason. The CBD is. So I would start with that. Tony says, I started Colt on ubiquinol by Mercola instead of the CoQ10. The ubiquinol was testing so much more positive than the CoQ10. Yeah, it's a different form of CoQ10. So it's like the more active form of CoQ10. So that's why it works so well. And definitely Mercola has a great product for that. Switching to your choice of freeze-dried food, the rabbit protein has made a difference. Awesome. Okay, so I know color therapy is so easy and it's so helpful. So yeah, always keep that in mind. Laura says, I was using orange after he had that massive hairball. Orange can help. Digestive issues tend to fall into the solar plexus. So that's your stomach, that's your small intestines, large intestines, pancreas area. That tends to resonate more with yellow. But if they have a bladder or kidney issue, that tends to be more in the sacral chakra area, which is orange. And so that's where orange can come into play better than yellow. So you have to look at what area of the body is being affected and where the chakra, which chakra aligns the best in that area, and then typically go with that chakra color. Um, Yellow would be better for digestive issues. Yellow, solar plexus, stomach, small intestines, large intestines. Um, you know what? I muscle test everything. I don't guess, I test. So you can always muscle test to see which one tests better and go with that. Yes, perfect. Okay, there was something I wanted to go back and check. Okay, I need to go check my email. And Kylie, thank you so much. Okay. Kylie. I remember seeing you. Now, where did that email go? Okay. So Mookie has some gut issues, which she's been working with Amaya. That's cool. Amaya and I are actually doing an Instagram live next Tuesday afternoon. So I'm excited about that. We don't have a topic yet, but we'll figure something out. She says she had chronic diarrhea as a kitten, which I was able to get under control with a raw diet, supplements, and probiotics. Excellent. She was never fully healed as she always had blood in her stool, super stinky poo, halitosis, and always either soft poo or the occasional diarrhea flare-up. Working with Amaya has been great as we're making a bit of progress. The other issue is her lack of confidence and getting picked on and chased and stalked by my 2 other cats. Yes. Okay. So you've got the diet. I'm gonna pull this up real quick. Let's do this. You see this cutie pie. Lots of Black Panthers in the house today. Okay. So I'm gonna check. Since it's been chronic, I'm wondering, do parasites resonate with this kitty? Yes. Because your description is just something my intuition is saying, this sounds like a parasite, but is a hookworm, roundworm? No. Is it a protozoa? Yes. Is it amoebic? No, it's protozoa. Is it Giardia? No. Is it Cryptosporidium? Crypto. This resonates with the protozoa parasite called Cryptosporidium. So there is a homeopathic remedy that I have used with clients. So I'm testing for would podophyllum. Yes. Do you need a 30C, 200C? Podophyllum. I'm going to put that in the notes here so you know how it's spelled. Hang on. Podophyllum 200C is the remedy that would clear that parasite issue up. And that is why it's never gone away. So the diet's great. Let's see, are there also food stressors? No. Any proteins resonate? No. So it's a protozoa. So even if they've done like test after test and poop analysis and test for parasites, you guys have to remember that you are taking a snapshot in time at that moment of whatever they can pull on their swab and put on their little screen, to put under the microscope and look at it. And if there's not any spores there at that time, then it will go undetected because they're not constantly releasing their stuff. So that's why I like the muscle testing. I learned just this year that parasites, undiagnosed parasites, are the often missed cause for chronic IBD issues in cats. So it's stuck with me, and I'm so glad I learned that because it's kind of one of my go-tos now. Whenever there's a chronic digestive issue going on, if you can rule out all of the food stressors and things like that. So So yeah, that's definitely, I would focus on that. Um, let's see. Are there emotional blocks? Yes. So emotional blocks can be cleared energetically, and any disresonance with the other two cats who pick on her. I have also found that it's very helpful to work on the two bully cat. I'll call them bully cats. The ones who pick on the weaker cat or the shyer cat. It's really helpful when you work on all three of them collectively, because that way you clear the disresonance from everybody. So that would be my recommendation for that. And let's see if there's anything else on here. So does that help? Does that help, Kylie? Okay. I'm reading your text right now. So Kylie says she's had multiple tests done. Nothing came back except high clostridium and corona. Okay. Yeah. And she wasn't in the room. And literally, as soon as you start talking about her, oh, baby girl. I'm reading your comments. This is so cute. So I hope that helps give you some ideas to start with. And just another comment about the color therapy, y'all. You don't have to go out and buy blankets and all that stuff. Even if you have a t-shirt, a pair of shorts, maybe you have a dish towel or a bath towel or a washcloth, you can even have a colored piece of paper. It doesn't have to be a blanket. It doesn't have to be beautiful. It doesn't have to be a bed. It can be a sheet, it can be a pillow. It's just about putting that vibration in their field. So even if they're not sitting on it, even if it's next to them, it can also help. So Laura Lee says, cat fairies convivial house cat. Yes, I've learned about that. I haven't had to use it myself, but yes, the Feline Behavior Alliance ladies highly recommend that product. And so, yeah, that can definitely be helpful in households where you have some friction. And Walmart sells fabric swatches. Yes, that's awesome. Yes, go get a fabric swatch. You don't need to go buy a whole, spend a lot of money on stuff for color, because when the cat doesn't need it anymore, they're not going to sit on it. So it's something that you can pull out and then put back and pull out and, put away as needed. So they'll tell you when they don't need it anymore because they'll stop using it. So that is a big key to knowing when to, when they don't want it, when it's no longer necessary. So anyway, do you guys have any other questions? Oh, you know what? I missed a question back here. Let me go back to Lara Joy. So Lara has a question. She says, dog has separation anxiety. And then 2000 trazodone dropper CBD, lavender essential oil, X39 patch, awesome. Aeon patches, hold sometimes, but not others. I would do some emotional clearing. It's, dogs who have a separation anxiety, there's an emotional block somewhere. There could have been a negative experience or a trauma that they had. A lot of dogs whose parents worked during COVID and were home, and then, offices reopened and parents went back to work. The pets were like, where are you going? And they were freaking out. So it could be something as simple as clearing those imbalances, those emotional imprints from negative situations. And that's why I love using mind, body, spirit release. I do include mind, body, spirit release in all of my cat health analysis or dog health analysis that I offer. And then I also offer that as a totally separate service that doesn't really focus as much on physical stuff as it does emotional stuff. So hopefully that gives you some ideas as to the reason. Let's see. Do you work with dogs? I do. I do work with dogs. I'll tell you guys, on my shop.purrrfectlyholistic.com, on the cat health analysis page, you can select cat or dog, but I don't market or promote dog because, as you know, or as you can probably imagine, I would be overwhelmed with dogs. And so I really want to be a voice for cats and be a resource for cat parents because cats really get overlooked, and especially in the industry in general. There's so much more available for dogs. And so that's why I really tend to focus on cats. So, yes, of course, I do work with dogs. I'm not a dog expert, but I can muscle test anything, any pet, and help find some answers. So yes, that's the long answer to your question. So okay, back to Laura Lee's question. So I put my herb gardens on your swatches. Awesome. What herbs could I use for Emmett on his pink fabric? That's a good question. I am going to look up. Y'all know Julianne Thorne's website, Naturally Cats, correct? That is the website I am going to go find. If I can go find it. Here it is. Here we go. So for Emmett, I am on. Give me a second. Okay. So Emmett, Comforting Garden, Uplifting Garden, Digestion Garden. Look on her website and look up Digestion Garden. This one, Emmett. I would look up that, and then let me just see if there's anything else. A pain garden. This one. I would think anything that's calming. If you have her book, I would go look at the book. I don't have her book, so I don't have the list of all of her herbs for different situations. But you could try something like comfrey, that comes to mind. You could try violet leaf. You could try rosebuds. I think you got the multi-pack, right? You know what? This is what you do. This is what I did. You know how I wish I had it with me and it's in the other room. You know, they come in the little plastic pouches. Just pull out the pouch, hold it up to his nose, and see where you get a reaction. You don't even have to open it because they can smell it. And if you get a reaction, you set it aside and you go, okay, I'll use that one. And you just go bag by bag. And he'll tell you. So I would just do that. He'll tell you what he needs. I love zoopharmacognosy. It's amazing. Okay. I am going to wrap it up here. Does anybody have any final questions before we go? If so, drop them in. I'm going to put a quick link in here to the Optimal Cat Health Analysis, which is where you can also find the Dog Health Analysis in case you are interested in exploring what that looks like a little bit further. It is a deep dive energetically. I look for all kinds of stressors, including emotions, environmental stressors, environmental sensitivities, if there's anything chemical going on, if there's viruses, vaccines, fungus, there's so many things. My list is very long. My checklist is very, very long. So that's why it takes me hours to complete. But we look at body systems, all the organs, the glands, the tissues, hormones, anything that might resonate with imbalance. Environmental stressors like pets in the home, people in the home, of course, all the emotional imprints that may come up. That's part of the mind, body, spirit release, and just identifying forms of interference in the body. Is Is there interference from, heavy metals or glyphosate? Is there interference from um, foods, from just there's a category called group. So if there is a group of cats in the home that tend to get together and all pick on, one kitty, that's kind of a group interference for that cat that's preventing them from being 100% vibrant and healthy and causing stress and imbalance. So there's all sorts of things that can cause interference, including, viruses, infections, geopathic ley lines. It's just incredible, all the potential stressors that we can identify. So I guess I don't see any more comments. Oh yeah, Laura Lee. Spirits of deceased cats. Yes, there's sometimes a spiritual entity interfering. So yeah, you know that very well. I actually do too. I've had that in my own house, I have to say. Not on it wasn't a scary negative thing. There's also been clients that I've worked and helped with that have, spiritual entities of like former beings in their home that are terrorizing their poor cats they're afraid of. So it's possible. And that's the cool thing about what I do is I'm able to see beyond what's visible, and I can look and see what is not visible. What you can't see sometimes holds the answers that you're looking for. So with that, I'm going to say goodnight to you guys. Thank you for hanging out with me for a little bit. I hope this was helpful. I hope you learned something. That's always my goal. And if you have any questions, definitely send me an email. Connect with us on social media. And I will see you guys next week. We have couple things going on. I have a really interesting feline behaviorist that I'm talking to on Tuesday, Daniel Quagliozzi. That's a very challenging last name to pronounce. And then Amaya Espindola's Instagram live on Tuesday as well. And good Lord, I have so many things going on. I can't get them straight. So anyway, we will see you guys later. Have a great rest of your week. Good night and love to you all. Bye-bye.